Good morning. It is 7:09 a.m. on Friday, May 11th, 2018. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. How are you guys doing? I ask as though you could reply. I suppose you could leave a comment or something. Last night I made empanadas for one of my Blue Apron recipes, and they were pretty good, although I felt like there's a little bit of trial and error required as far as knowing how much to cook them, because it said until they were golden brown, but the color sort of changed a little bit unevenly. And so I think I ended up cooking them a little bit more than optimal, and so the the crusts were a little bit hard as opposed to just cooked, um, which I think is not optimal. But maybe that means that when reheated in the microwave, which would make them a little soggier compared to original, maybe that'll be just about right. Because there were plenty extra anyway. Because uh, they said to make four, and then for both the number of the little shells and the filling, it said you will have extra, and I'm like, if I have extra, why not just make more of them? And so I did, and I made seven, and they were pretty good, pretty tasty. The ones that I had last night, and I have some extras. But what else did I do last night? Well, I watched the first rewatched the first hour of the Speed Racer movie because it's the 10-year anniversary this week of that movie, and I just continue to really love it. It's very much its own thing, which is definitely why personal preference will enter into it heavily in terms of how much you enjoy that movie. And it's true that I think, as much as I really love the whole opening sequence, it's very. It does not ease the viewer into the world gently. It's very intense right up front, and I could imagine it being overwhelming. But in any case, just I love that movie so much. It makes me happy. It's so pure and earnest and sincere and made of candy. Anyway, I like it. And what? So that wasn't the only thing I was going to talk about today. The only reason that I only watched the first hour is because I just didn't start it until later in the evening, and so I decided not to stay up to watch the rest. I have seen it before. Um, but I think yesterday at work went pretty well. It was a busy day and it was a little bit frustrating at the time. For one, it required me to do a lot of walking around the campus, to going to various meetings and bringing some stuff around to various people. And I it seemed like it was going to be cool and rainy in the morning, and so that's how I dressed. And then the sun came out and it was really warm and a little bit muggy, and so doing all my walking around outside that way, I was just feeling like, "Wah." And it was frustrating because people were out of the office and all that. But I got a couple of things done that I was worried for a while weren't going to get done over the course of the day, and so that felt good. It felt good. Um, and then towards the end of the day, my reward for spending so much time outside was feeling a little tickle on my ear, reaching up to fiddle with it, and then pulling off a great big tick. It hadn't bit me yet, but it was on my ear, and I was just super grossed out. Ticks are the worst. Um, Thankfully, I did not find ticks anywhere else. It was just the one, as far as I could tell, but ugh, yuck. I don't generally have an insect phobia, and like even spiders, like I don't want them on me. Like but I'm not gonna freak out to have one in the room. But ticks, man, ugh, ticks are the worst. Anyway, I think I'll leave it there, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.